Hey everybody, I'm Flash, and I'm pretty sure there's no doubt that Fallout 4 is a massive game. In fact, the game took 7 years to make, so you can believe there's gonna be some cut content or ideas that never made it to the game at all. There's a handful of fun facts and Easter eggs to be found behind closed doors, so I guess you could probably tell that today we're gonna be covering the beta and trivia of Fallout 4. Let's get started. The power armor was actually the first in-game asset for Fallout 4. Its new version, the T60, went through a number of changes and iterations before reaching the final version. This followed in the footsteps of the previous installment, Fallout 3, which, you guessed it, had the power armor as its first in-game asset. During the development of Fallout 4, Bethesda created what they call a vertical slice. The vertical slice is exactly what it sounds like, a vertical slice of the open world. The vertical slice represents the first hour of gameplay from the bombs dropping to the emergence of the vault. This vertical slice is also used in other games by Bethesda like Fallout 3 and Skyrim. There were other inspirations for an anchor location for the game, such as Concord, Lexington, or Salem, but ultimately from the looks of things, Massachusetts was chosen. This is evident because of the resemblance to Fenway Park, a baseball stadium which is probably the reason it has Diamond City in the name. Speaking of real-world inspiration, a writer's house was put into the game, complete with his old bedroom, which contained a mattress with comic books sprawled out everywhere. The same writer's favorite shop, as well as a train station, were put in as Easter eggs. Collectibles. Some of the final things to be implemented consisted of bobbleheads and magazines, but what if I told you there was a third cut collectible? At one point in development, there was a type of magazine that featured games playable on the Pip-Boy. However, due to obscure placements and time constraints, they never made it into the final version. One can only speculate that these kind of minigames would be like Game Boy games or the early Game & Watch series. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool, right? Bethesda has a team called the Wasteland Task Force. Their task, you ask? Rhyming. Literally walk forward and reporting whether an area was too cluttered or too empty. This ultimately helped the world become more balanced, but man, I would not like to have that job. Just walking forward, up this place is empty, walking forward, whoa, there's a ton of crap here. The gunplay of Fallout 4 was heavily based off of another game system. That game is none other than Destiny. Bethesda wanted thousands of different guns and weapon choices for the player to use so they could play how they wanted to. They started off with one gun that could quickly transform into any other gun, like a pistol, sniper rifle, machine gun, you get the point. Overall, this inspiration led to the wide variety that Fallout 4 encompasses. Did you know? The Fallout 4 workshop was originally supposed to be made for the modding community, but later became an actual part of the game. Bethesda went so far as to implement a Python compiler into the interactive terminals, but feared that it would require a keyboard to write code. This was replaced with the more visualized holotapes. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to leave a like, and don't forget to smash that squishy red subscribe button for more weekly content. I make reviews, rocket thoughts, intros, and top 10s, and you should check some of those out. And also, I sell stuff now, intros, graphics, and other stuff like that, so buy it if you like. But no, in all seriousness, I literally have to thank every single one of you. The support has been crazy recently. Anyway, I will see you guys the next time.